Wowee.
Mm-hmm. Oh, camera setting. That's what I'm forgetting.
And there we are.
I forgot I had the camera real pushed in.
Yeah.
Might be okay, though.
Oh god,
There.
this is loud.
Boom.
There we go.
Perfect. Maybe put the contrast down just a little bit. I don't need the help. I can make my own contrast.
Yeah.
Autofocusing is
You
off
tell
just
him.
a little bit. Man, I wish normal cameras had the depth of field this thing has. I bet it's exactly a face. Like it seems like it's about like an inch and a half.
Yeah, it probably is.
Britus, Lucky Bat, Take the Hun, Christopher Peary. Hello. Lucky Bat, the hourglass is looking hacking good. Yeah. It really looks snazzy next to the photo.
Oh yeah.
The hourglass, and then the hourglass is mostly done. I'll probably finish it up today, and then I'll probably paint his little box, his little Pez dispenser on his belt, and then maybe finish up working on the shoulder pad.
I like it.
I only want to watch it. Morning, boys. Let's get some painting done. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just gonna
I'm
put.
getting some building done, but same difference.
Just gotta stop by to leave a dislike because I'm currently playing some Age of Sigmar. Wish me luck. Hex, lose.
Yeah. Put a hex.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered, does anyone else put hexes on their friends as they're playing? Because
Yeah.
we do that all the
Yes.
time when we're in the heat of the battle, and this roll matters. We'll yell hex at each other to try to make sure that that roll doesn't happen.
Ooh, people in the chat who know Age of Sigmar, what's the Tau of Age of Sigmar? Like, what's the faction people love to hate?
That's a good question.
Andy Crimson, howdy, y'all. Chris Jackson, yo. Ethanos, yer.
Yep.
Tony, hey
Yo,
there,
yo, yo, yo.
all big love, bro.
Tony, me sorry I'm late. You should be. How dare you?
Oh yeah, finishing up the little hourglass.
Exactly. Speaking of hourglass, I have to put myself into live chat so I can see all the swear words that my mom doesn't want me to see. There we go.
Michael Spitz got my War Master army today. Warhammer Epic for Warhammer Fantasy. I posted it in work in progress if you want to see. War Master army, Warhammer Epic for Warhammer Fantasy. There's a Warhammer Epic? I thought Warhammer 40k Epic was lame enough. No, I'm sure it's cool. Except for at least like with 40k, you got like a big walker mech with guns. What's the gigantic units that you can bring to the battlefield in fantasy? Just like dragons?
Well, these are little. They're the 3D prints, it looks like. Interesting. I'm actually 3D printing something right now as we speak.
Ooh.
You know what it is.
Do
but
I?
not everyone else. Yes, I showed you it.
Oh, I remember you showed me something. That's as good as my memory is.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I'm like 60%
Yep.
sure I got it.
Exactly. So we're trying those out.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
Chris Jackson, I'm currently cleaning up my workspace in preparation for painting my Hellblasters that I didn't get done last night. Nice. I often enjoy cleaning my workspace, although I often don't get to enjoy it because I'm procrastinating on working on other projects.
Mm-hmm.
I can't possibly get this done until I clean my workspace, so I'm going to listen to an entire podcast while cleaning up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No biggie.
Alright, let's see. Can I make it to the trash can with my tea bag? Eh, damn it. Alright, well. Check NJ. When you base, do you mix wall spackle plus sand plus PVA glue plus paint, or just some of those? And if I mix paint in, do I need to prime that after the mix has dried? You should probably always prime after the paint is dry, no matter what your routine is. But yes, sand, PVA glue, paint, spackle. I've had a lot of success with inks because they tend to have a little bit more pigments than regular paint, and they don't have as much medium in them. But really, the reason to tint it for my use, because I always paint it afterwards, is just so that if it chips down the road, I don't have to fix it. I can just let there be a little gray or brown spot. But if there was a bright white spot, I'd have to go back in there and fix it with paint.
So it's out of laziness.
Yeah.
And thinking of the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I break my model, it will be okay, and I won't have to do more work.
Right. But you would never break your model.
No, I've never broken a model.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Michael Spitz, yeah, 3D printed. A nice old guy said he wanted to get to know me in exchange. Oh boy. Well, there you have it.
Brian Rotzog, I'm ready for my Mars 3 to come in. The old OG Mars is due to be upgraded. I'm assuming that it's a 3D printer.
Yep, Elegoo Mars.
Yeah. Is it LA goo? I thought it was L goo. Like the goo.
I think it's LA. It's LA goo.
Okay.
E, and then there's an L.
It'd be more fun though if it was El goo, the goo.
Might be L goo.
I think all product names should be jokes.
I mean, there is a lot of goo that you have to deal with. Yeah, I had to deal with my goo, and I don't like dealing with my goo. It gets everywhere. It's all sticky.
Mm-hmm. I only want to watch it. Jay, are you going to finish the skull on the back of the hourglass from last night, or are we all going to pretend not to notice? I'll finish it. Where's my brown paint? SEM, are we gonna take bets on the first channel get taken down by GW or what? I don't know. All the YouTubers, well, you know, a certain branch of YouTube culture has put out their video on The Sky is Falling, but I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Letter K, $10 on Valrak. I mean, I could put together a list, but that's not really for breach of contract or IP theft. It's just
This is the list you don't like.
Mm-hmm. First off, EonsOfBattle. What a channel. I mean,
yeah, that channel
come
blows.
on now.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Tony, I say 10 on Major Kill. Ah, good old Major Kill. Ooh, I finally listened to Adeptus Ridiculous, and it's delightful. There's Bricky and the other guy are hilarious. They do a clever thing where so one of them is explaining the lore, and they explain it, and then they explain the explanation. So he'll explain it in the 40k context, and then he'll break it down into like simple jokes. And that's pretty good.
It sounds pretty good.
Lucky Pat, I hate goo. It's squishy and smooth and irritating, and it gets everywhere. You can notice Valrak uses IP infringing gifts, so I vote for Valrak. Yeah, we'll definitely have to see how they enforce this.
I like that we're voting people off the island.
I know, it's great.
It's fun.
Is it The Bachelor where they don't get a rose if they suck?
Yeah.
So who doesn't get a rose?
Right.
I'm a huge fan of The Bachelor.
Oh yeah.
I've seen every episode.
We all know that you talk about it a little too much. Yeah, one of the biggest complaints, besides being a shill, is that.
Bernie Marceau, not sure it's the end of the world, but Games Workshop is tightening their grip on IP for sure. Yeah, for sure. The whole taking out animators is interesting. It is very interesting.
Yeah. Jeez, really, you should make some sort of video about this.
Maybe. Ekinwakinones. Ironically, Arch is probably one of the safer ones. That's true. He puts out way more videos on a hating social justice than he does on Warhammer.
Yeah, there you go. I guess that's one way to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm. SEM, $11 on if the Emperor had a Reddit account. Chicken Nugs, konnichiwa, fellow Yao-chans. Yaoi-chans?
Ethanos, Games Workshop is just cracking down on the people who have income via Patreon for using their character models.
I wonder if that's exactly it. Like, I wonder, have any of the cease and desists gone to people who didn't have Patreons to fund their specifically Warhammer content?
Mm-hmm.
But
also,
how about TTS?
is there
TTS must be parody.
Yeah, probably. But so let's say you made a Warhammer animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put it up on YouTube. And you said that you had a Patreon where you can come and support me, but I'm going to do maybe 40k, maybe not, who knows? Does that get around?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause I feel like that should get around.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what I'm going to do? I'm crazy.
I wonder if it's gonna if Warhammer animation is gonna have to go a little bit underground. Like you get a link to go
tapes.
watch the.
Yeah. I mean, I like to think you have to buy a VHS.
Yeah.
That's just more fun. Ethanos, no hobby channels affected so far.
Mm-hmm.
Thanos, I mean, they can animate other shit, but imagine animating Blizzard shit for Patreon money.
Doesn't that happen? I don't know a lot about other company or other genres, other fandoms. But, I know there's people making Star Wars stuff. Probably there's I don't know, My Little Pony. There's Lego stop motion animations.
Mm-hmm. What if Lego just was no Lego animations? We made the Lego movie, no Lego animations from now on. How funny would that be?
Honestly, it's so sad that 3D animation has gotten so good that 3D animated Lego stop motion is a million times better than real Lego stop motion could ever be.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
It looks so beyond perfect.
Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people out there are that I've seen recently. They're doing both. They combine them. They combine them together.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting.
Akino Kinones, how dare you put in hard work making something using the basic premise of a super soldier in space armor and expect to get paid? Go fuck yourself. Well, if you just use the basic premise, you'd probably be fine. Although a lot of the animations are just straight up a moment from Warhammer, with the scenery and the planets and the armor and the weapons and the names and the places. I wonder if that's part of it too. Like Like, if you make a Star Wars one, but it's like TIE fighters in some who knows location with who knows characters, like, is that more down low than, like, making The Last Church, which is a Horus Heresy novel?
Yeah.
Kyle
I
Reyes,
assume
man.
that there's something with that.
Yeah. How's it going? Currently building my first Storm Raven gunship while watching. Nice! I always am thinking about getting one of those. But my dislike of flyers, and it's an expensive kit, have always held me back.
Yeah, those just little tiny things.
Chinos, also, I think the Games Workshop policies are a possible danger for all Warhammer-related content creators. Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see.
I don't think everyone.
If I had to put money down, I would say nobody is gonna get hit. Like, no one besides the animators. I mean, the only reason that they went after Arch back in the day is because he was getting really, really, really popular, and he's a little trolly, and he said things I don't think that they appreciated, along with their being called Arch Warhammer, and it comes up before you get their own YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you probably can't... that they own the word Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't want people, being named Warhammer. That being said, we're going to rename our account Eons of Warhammer.
Yeah! Eons of Warhammer 40k.
Plus.
At GamesWorkshop.com.
Exactly.
Frog Jog, she. Nice painting. Yeah, thank you.
Brian Rutzog, they've already gone after certain 3D sculptors. I wouldn't put going after fan art behind them.
Yeah, the sculpting is interesting because it is kind of their space. Like, they make miniatures of Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines and stuff, and other people were making miniatures of Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines. I would think it's a little bit why bother, because in the grand scheme of things, not that many people 3D print. The people with 3D printers always say, like, it's the next big thing. But, I don't think 3D printing is a big thing.
Here's the big thing with the 3D printing, because I've been doing it today. So there's, we went to the store, we bought Dominion, and then we put it together, we painted it and whatever.
Yeah.
And that was fun because you buy a thing, you put a thing together and whatever. Now I had to mess with goo. I had to put things in another thing. I had to download a file. I had to get things sliced and ready to go. It's a lot more work. Even though it's really not that much more work, but it's not going to the store, buying something, and then working. Like, you have to do a bunch of steps before you get to do that, and you have to wait time, like a bunch of time.
And then it's not as nice. It's not as nice a product.
No.
Because it's not a product. It's a file.
Right. And I mean, so I'm 3D printing some things that, just as tests and, for some other things.
Would Games
really
Workshop
nice
be unhappy with what you're 3D printing?
They very much would be. But you saw the real models that I'm 3D printing, and the real models look really good, and the 3D design ones don't look as good. They look fine. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
But they're not the same, and they're going to be way worse quality when they're done. That, you just can't beat it.
Chicken Nugs, are you 3D printing a car?
Yes.
You wouldn't download a car. Tony, Warhammer is a hammer of war, not a copyright issue like Loki or Thor. You can't copyright names like that, i.e. Orc, and Orak. Or Orak. Yeah, I know they've switched to more copyrightable names. Oop. Well, that's my tea. Has a little bit of paint in it now. It's okay though. It just adds to the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Akina Kanona. So always support your local recaster. Absolutely.
Yep. Oh yeah, got a buddy right down the street, Jimbo.
Mm-hmm.
Jimbo the recaster.
Morph 16. It's not that niche. It's pretty niche.
It is pretty niche.
It's very niche. I mean, 40k is niche. Like, Games Workshop games are niche. And I also bet that everybody who 3D prints models also buys a lot of models too. Like, they just buy plastic models too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Games Workshop is losing a lot of business. Which would make me feel like they don't need to invest in shutting down the people that much. But I suppose if they're collecting money by making Warhammer stuff, they're supposed to be on top of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would be really fun if they were. What if they were too transparent? Like if the CEO had like Skype sessions. And he's like, okay, so let me explain why I sent a nastygram to Warhammer or to Tabletop Minions or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That'd be fun.
Morph 16, I do modded Nerf and have 3D printed hunting rifles. Yeah, Nerf modding and 3D printing is way more popular than Warhammer. Also, a hunting rifle 3D printed or like hunting rifle parts 3D printed. Because that would be cool if you had like a whole rifle. Although I bet it would break pretty quick after a couple of shots. Because guns and recoil is not trivial. It's a lot of energy.
Chris Jackson, question for Jay or Nick. What do y'all think about my idea to strip and repaint my Ultramarines to make a custom chapter?
Super cool. I would wonder if you need to strip. Like, is the paint so thick that if you painted over it, it would harm the paint job? Because otherwise, I would just paint right on top.
Yeah, probably.
Morph 16. It's called the Caliburn. But doesn't the Caliburn use some non-3D printed parts? Like, I want it to print, and then you shove a bullet in, and you're ready to rock. Brian Rotzog. Imagine if they allowed the community to thrive. You know, people say stuff like that, but it seems like the community is kind of thriving. I mean, most people probably didn't even notice this whole business with the Warhammer community or the Warhammer changing their page and the animators going down.
Right.
Not saying it's and also the community is a word that always irks me because it doesn't mean anything. What's a community? We're a community right now, but like, you know, we stop being a community when the stream ends.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're chunks of different communities.
Right.
When I'm watching a Lego YouTube video, am I part of the Lego community? And what is owed to me by my relationship to the community?
Millions of dollars, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Because community always seems like a term used to describe what I want. Well, if they just did this thing for the community, then everything would be better. If they would just send me free terrain or the new kill team, or the if they sent me the new kill team box, I think that would be great for the community.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, Games Workshop, I know you guys watch. I know you guys watch our videos, especially our live streams.
Oh, the CEO watches the live streams.
Yeah. So hit us up.
Oh my gosh, you guys type so much. TC Gentry, love the most recent video. Yeah.
Yeah. Dominion.
Disco J, Games Workshop has dreams of leveraging their IP the way Disney does, Marvel, Mickey, etc. I don't think it's about the small infringers. It's more about all Games Workshop content available online is sanctioned and official. Yeah, I think that probably is their goal and the goal of anyone. It's interesting, like, if you go to a convention, you'll see, like, dozens of booths that are devoted to whatever fandom you could have. And those artists, like, they work all year to make paintings and drawings for that event, and then you can buy them. And that's the, super duper infringement, but no one cares, and it's arguably good. Because, like, if you buy an Iron Man painting, you're probably going to go home and then watch Iron Man. Right. So it's interesting. Contradigum. I mean, if they, Games Workshop Forge World, could continue producing models that are no longer available too, that's what I want Forge World to be. I think Forge World should become a 3D printing service, and they'll make you whatever model they don't make anymore. For a hefty premium, I'm sure, but it would still be pretty cool. R185, hey guys, enjoyed the Dominion week. Yeah!
Dominion. SEM, Jay and Nick, I wanted to let you know I loved your Dominion video and I sent it off to some nerdier friends. Hopefully it will get them to get into this vice with me. Yeah.
Ah, nice. Chicken Eggs, can you stop causing a rift in the community? Stop being like Lisa. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. It's a good movie. Michael Spitz. It sucks the recent video only got like 11,000 views and I'm 9 of them. Oh yeah.
Watching it over and over and over and over and over again.
Bernie Marceau, if we had a Discord, we wouldn't have to end the community after the streams. Well, it just so happens that we do have a Discord. It's awesome. We have a pet channel. And you can find it linked below this video.
That is true.
We also have a great meme channel.
Oh yeah. Spend most of the day on that.
Mm-hmm. Kino Quinones, the community is dead. Long live the community. The community is always strong, but the fan base is always toxic. Isn't that what people say?
Exactly. I'm trying to find some parts.
SEM, Jay and Nick, I want to let you know that I love your Dominion video, and I sent it. Oh yeah. I liked our Dominion video too.
Yeah.
Morph16, Jay and Nick, will you do the same thing for 30k if it ever comes out? Probably not.
Nope.
I don't think we really care about 30k. Although Nick, huge Space Marine fan. What's your favorite Legion?
I was about to say, I don't give a fuck about Space Marines. So it would have to not be Space Marines for me to care. But, yep.
Stephen Lee, would you recommend buying paints as a set or individual? Individual, because when you buy a paint set, it's usually not that great a deal, and you usually end up with paints you don't really want or need. And take it for someone who owns way too much paint. It sucks when you have too much because it makes the stuff you need harder to find. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah, only own the paint you need. And then use the money you save on more models.
Yeah, there you go. I agree. I especially agree with that last burp.
The letter K, Jay and Nick, could we get a hint on the new vid? All right, here, you know what? I'll give it away. The next video is going to be a Models and Memories Weekly.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. That's really, but you know what? I'll put it out there.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
It'll probably come out tomorrow.
Said that out loud. Yeah.
RH Hunter, vocal minority. The majority are busy painting and gaming. Yeah. I mean, really, it's all of this stuff. Although it sucks for the animators who got nasty grams, or who didn't want to take GW's deal. Yeah, most people did not notice. It really just gave YouTubers content, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
it's nice of Games Workshop to give us content.
Yeah, they should keep doing stuff like this. Weird, questionable things.
Yeah. Think of all the great thumbnails and titles.
Exactly.
Games Workshop is nuking the community. Games Workshop wages war on the fans. Games Workshop shows contempt for their audience. I mean, it writes itself.
Games Workshop are big meanie pantses.
Yeah, Games Workshop are poopy.
Mm-hmm. You heard it here, folks.
Michael Spitz, so where's the 7-day painting challenge with Nick and Lucky Bat? I would love that.
Oh my god.
That would be great. Just take a load off. Maybe read some books. Maybe travel the world. It'd be wonderful.
Travel the world.
Yeah.
You know, for some reason, I think I'm okay on that. I think maybe we'll just do a Lucky Bet versus Lucky Bet 1 week challenge.
Yeah, that would be great too.
All Lucky Bet all the time, and Lucky Bet can edit it too, just for some more extra fun.
SEM, what's your favorite mini from the box? I thought it was going to be the Terminator looking guys, but actually I really fell in love with the regular old infantry with spears. They're really cool. I want a bunch of them. Unless they suck, then I don't want a bunch of them, but they look cool.
I mean, obviously Potgrat.
Obviously Potgrat.
I really like Potgrat. Potgrat. Yeah, I really like Potgrat. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good set.
Yeah, every model was a banger. I don't think there was anything that was like boring or whatever.
No.
And
I
it
also really like
seems
the hot
nicely
with
balanced.
The horn. That's fun. Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like one army got a tank or something. Like it seems like it's pretty much infantry versus infantry.
Mm-hmm. I know. I just can't wait for that creepy little man or whatever the hell that is to come out. I'm gonna buy that immediately. I will be buying that. Akino Kinones, so was Sodaz just harassed in the DMs? I didn't see it in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, apparently, so I watched Valorak's video about it, and Valorak knows him, and he says that people were kind of being a dick to him. I think people were calling him a shill and also calling him like a bootlicker. Like the people who are pro Games Workshop were calling him a bootlicker or a shill, and then the people who were against were calling him a bootlicker or a shill. Everybody was kind of being a dick, and I think there was also some stuff that was lost in translation. So some stuff might have come across a little more aggressive than it was meant to. But yes, I think there's a bigger story
Interesting.
is that Games Workshop is removing points from Kill Team. Games Workshop hates points. I could definitely be fine with that. I would love it if they moved to like an X-Wing Kill Team app. That'd be sweet. And then they could update stuff on the fly if they're like, oh, the Sisters of Battle or the Orcs are way too good. We got to make everything way more expensive. That'd be great.
Yeah. Right. Or keep them really good. I think maybe that'd be fine. For some reason. Yeah, I saw that they were getting rid of the points. I barely read the article, but I said good.
I kind of decided to not look at any of that stuff until it comes out. Because what's the point? What's the point in like seeing something out of context and not understanding it, and then forming thoughts and opinions on it? I'll just wait for the book, and I can look at it all together.
I'm gonna do it anyways because I don't want to deal with the points.
Yeah.
This seems interesting because it's just there's a list and you just pick from the list. That makes it that seems great.
That is true. I keep thinking that the point system is becoming cumbersome, and it's not helping the game be fun. In theory, the only reason points exist is to make the game balanced. But is it? Is it really?
Yeah.
SEM, an aspect I like from the new Stormcast is how kit bashable, customizable they look. They are simple yet have enough detail. I like that too. They've taken the chonk away, and so they just look like strong people in nice armor instead of just chunksters. And yeah, the ones that came with Dominion might be trickier to kit bash just because you don't get a lot of extra parts. You get a fair bit of extra parts, but it's like, you can swap a spear for a different spear. I bet though when they start coming out, when you can buy like the sword guys, the rifle guy, or the bow and arrow guys, and you'll have a bunch of different arm options, then it'll become more interesting.
Was there, like, I think I only had maybe, well, besides the Hobgrots, there was a bunch of extra parts, but with everything else, it was just like one or two. I didn't have like any extra parts. Did you have more than that?
I had a fair bit, couple of extra spears, couple of I used both the banners. I could have had 2 more guys with regular spears instead of 2 guys with banners, but I gotta go banner.
Right, obviously.
Kino Kenotis, I'm sure Valrak in no way was being dramatic or overblown. I mean, he talked to the guy and reported back. I think that's probably as good as any of us are going to get at knowing what's going on.
And you can never lie after the fact.
No.
Kino Kenonis, the real question is Nick getting the bird guy or lizard guy first? I'm getting the man, whatever the man with the grots on
they're
on
riding
top of
on
the man.
like
I'm gonna get that first.
God, what even is that? I guess it's like a big goblin. There's not even like a mythical thing for that.
I guess so. Yeah, because that's the very first thing I'm gonna buy. I do like those other models. I don't know if I had to choose between the bird guy or the lizard guy first, which one I would get. Probably the lizard guy.
Yeah.
The lizard guy's cooler, I feel like. But,
although I feel like the bird guy is like the centerpiece.
Yeah.
It looks so
big.
Big.
The centerpiece is the man.
This is the relatively small man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Dark Morning the Troggoth variant. I forgot about there is a Troggoth thing, too. That's pretty neat. That they teased. I'd probably get that before I'd get anything else, too.
Valrak doesn't seem too bad as far as bias. No, Valrak is great. The only reason people get mad at him for being a shill is because he often really likes the new models that come out, and so that's why people think he's like a big old fanboy. It's because look at how cool this stuff is, and people are like, oh, you like it, you shill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm still gonna buy one, but don't be overexcited.
Exactly.
I remember there was a great video about kill team terrain, and it was called Games Workshop Caught Lying and Manipulating their Customers. And in the video, they were talking about how the new kill team terrain was horrible and awful. And he was like, I bought this one though, because this one was a pretty good deal actually, but the other two are horrendous. And I'm like, you bought it? You feel that you were cheated and manipulated, but you still bought it? So clearly you didn't feel that bad.
Right. It was a bit ridiculous.
Like if you feel you've been manipulated, that's heavy stuff. You wouldn't be like, yeah, but I'll take one, please. It's still a pretty good deal.
Five String Connor, LOL. Sorry I'm late. Was gooping texture paint on some bases. How dare you? Do both at the same time. Trogoth.
SEM, although that psycho Goobertown complained cruel boys don't smile enough. Give me a break. He did say that a lot in the video, that they're not smiling. I mean, his favorite orcs stopped being made like 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's been an orc smiling in like 20 years. But the cruel boys, I think it's a different type of humor. It's the sort of humor where like a head hanging off of a spike has a funny look on his face, and that's the funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it has mutton chops.
Yeah. I mean, the dead head has mutton chops.
Like it didn't make it as part of the video, but one of the things that I was gonna say was, people keep saying that they're so serious, yet they release the grots on a man. Mm-hmm. It's the creepiest, weirdest, funniest thing. When I scrolled down on the Warhammer community and I saw that, I laughed because of how amazing that model is.
Maybe you need to make a video called "In Defense of Cruel Boys."
Ah, that'd be pretty.
And
fun.
you got your bullet points.
Honestly, it should be once the little man model comes out that I should be building that while I talk about how Cruel Boys are better. Well, there you go.
I'll get to work the camera. I'm not allowed to touch the camera. That's the rule here at EOB Industries. No, I touch the camera. Yeah, Nick is not allowed behind the set. That's the rule. Exactly. He's not allowed back there. That's my space. Exactly. That's my safe space.
Yeah, it's your safe space. We're bringing my space back too.
All right, Hunter, are you keeping the head on this dude? Yes, I just don't have it on right now. It is in a sub-assembly for making painting easier. Quinoa Quinones. Valrak is very positive about 40k and loves Primaris, so people call him a shill. He's just excitable, but he'll complain about price rises, and he isn't that bad. Yeah, I agree. I like Valrak.
Yeah,
I'm more of a Kirioth man myself, but I do like Valrak. Lucky Bat. Games Workshop made me buy their stuff. They made me do it.
Exactly.
Quinones. Cruel Boys are for MCR fans. All right, what does that mean?
No.
Magical corn rolling. Mythical creatures rules. Mr. Krabs runs. Our Hunter 85. Orcs are funny when they're serious as hell about dumb things. That's like true. the magician orc has like a giant skull as a backpack.
Yeah.
Is that serious?
Mm-hmm. Also, where did he get that skull from?
Oh, he found it on the ground and he put it on his back and tells everyone he killed a giant.
Yeah.
100%. And the story changes every time to make him sound even more impressive.
MCR is My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, Cruel Boys are for So yeah, Cruel Boys are for Nickelback fans. Is that similar?
I don't know.
Or did I get that joke opposite?
I honestly have no idea. I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've. I don't. I cannot think of a My Chemical Romance song off the top of my head.
Me neither. Bernie Marceau. Oh yeah, I'm a Kirioth simp. Yeah. Michael Spitz. Why do people not like shills? I legitimately don't get it. Please explain. It's just it kind of comes from the kind of the culture of everybody being like vigilant against clickbait or against things not being honest. Because like a shill is someone who's not being honest. Like they have a motive for behind the things they say.
Right. And like the part of the idea is like I don't know, like Games Workshop pays us to make stuff.
Yes.
So that's why they're saying that. Like it always goes to like a weird conspiratorial.
Yeah. Oh
place.
God, I wish Games Workshop would pay us.
Exactly. I mean, I think we should have a show on Warhammer Plus.
Mm-hmm. Bernie Marceau, because they feel shills are being are spreading misinformation, being overly positive.
Yeah. How dare people like stuff?
Kino Kinones. It is misinformation to say Games Workshop can declare all fan-made animation illegal. Well, I guess it is illegal because you're not supposed to use other people's characters. I think that they put out a statement saying that they're gonna not tolerate it, is what they said specifically. And so if you wanted to turn that into clickbait, I think you'd say like, Games Workshop goes to war with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Although classically, clickbait is like, you won't believe what we found in this jar. And then there's just nothing in the jar, but you clicked on the video.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is classic clickbait.
And then there's a hot lady in the thumbnail.
Yeah, but then there's no hot lady in the video.
Of course, yeah. There's honestly the exact opposite of a hot lady in the video.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who make the clickbait they've never been near a hot lady.
Exactly. Cheeky Nugs, that Nick, where's this little man you speak of? Oh, you want that model? He's not a little man. He's a big man, but he's little also.
Yeah. He's big enough for a bunch of grots to ride him. But he's not quite a troll, because like the Troggoths are the trolls in Warhammer.
Yeah, he's a little different.
He's like a new thing.
God, I have no idea how to fucking find this.
It's like a Goblin King.
Yeah, I don't know what the name is, so that doesn't help. Articles.
Plastic Hobbies. Thanks for the title for my next video. Awesome, you got it. I can come up with more.
Oh yeah.
God, Emperor Fatty. No, fair use allows for fan projects. Games Workshop is legally in the wrong. I doubt they're legally in the wrong, but fair use is really tricky. I've seen smarter people than I try to explain it to me, and I never quite get it. But fair use is not very specific.
Yeah, because it's like one of those things where you have to add extra things to it to make it your own.
Yeah, there's a lawyer on YouTube called Leonard French who specializes in fair use, I think, and his videos are very interesting, but very, very like he speaks lawyer because he is a lawyer.
Yeah, it's difficult.
James Barber Johnson, should I pick up the new Beast Snagas or save my money for Kill Team Octarius? Well, which one do you want more? And are you playing Kill Team or are you playing Age of Sigmar? Akino Kinones. Transformative works are fair use. Games Workshop legal can suck a wad. Ah, but what does transformative mean? And I'm not trying to defend Games Workshop, but I just imagine that Games Workshop has lawyers.
Yes. I'm gonna put the picture of what I'm talking about on the Discord in the general chat. So if you want to look at that miniature.
Michael Spitz. So clickbait is like saying we painted an army in 7 days and Nick only paints a battle wagon. Exactly.
Exactly.
Basement Goblin. Is Nick calling the Marshkrala Slogoth the little man?
Yes. Little creepy man.
Where's my null oil? There it is.
I love him though. He will be part of my army. He's amazing.
It's transformative, those that add something new with a further purpose or different character. With a further purpose. But what is the further... Because isn't me making a video furthering the purpose from its original purpose? If Mickey, if Disney creates Mickey Mouse, and then I'm like, oh, Mickey Mouse, that's a great idea. I'll have Mickey Mouse in my show. I'm furthering its purpose, aren't I? But clearly you can't do that. But also, clearly, it should be fine, and Games Workshop should probably back off, you'd think. So, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
God, Emperor Fatty, if you do not present the project as official, it is not violating copyright. As soon as you indicate any official nature of the project, you are violating. That can't be the only thing, though. Because then I could make a Transformers movie and just not say it's Transformers. Or I could even make a Transformers movie and just say it's unofficial. And then I'm not violating copyright? Like, what if I sell DVDs? Kinononas, think of how Mickey Mouse was in South Park that was adding something new, asshole nasal voice, and further purpose. I don't think that... Well, that was not under fair use. I'm sure that was under parody. Because parody is something different. It's like the opposite. Bernie Marceau. Copyright is the slipperiest of slopes. Probably. How do you prove you own an idea and the purpose of that idea?
Yeah. It is tough.
Brian Rotsock. I have a DIY blog. Would Nick or Jay be down for an interview about mini painting? On the you're gonna write down what we say? I mean, you got us right now.
That's true. I mean, yeah, it all depends.
On the blog, Nick and Jay shills for Games Workshop, defending the company taking down fan animation.
There you go.
Kino Kanonas. Parody is a type of transformation. Ah.
Yeah, I feel like it's either Jay should never be a lawyer, and everyone knows, or maybe everyone shouldn't be a lawyer, and nobody knows.
Dark Morning Films. What about you using Games Workshop models to paint? can you make money off of that? Is that copyright? I've heard people say that there's something to do with education. If there's educational value, you can get away with things. Maybe it could be also like a review. Like I'm essentially reviewing the product by using it for its intended purpose.
Mm-hmm. I think they'd have some pretty big issues on their hands if they went after people on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if they're like, "Hey, Scott, the miniature maniac, you gotta stop being a maniac."
Oh God, though, can you imagine? That would propel whoever it happens to. That'll propel them into the stratosphere. All of a sudden, they will be the YouTube martyr.
Mm-hmm.
That video instantly 1 million views.
And Games Workshop, if you're listening,
yes, go after us. Shut us down.
Mm-hmm.
Games Workshop goes after us, some crappy small little channel.
Exactly. Here's Midwinter to weigh in on what's happening.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what it'll be. I see the video now.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it'll be a video where we're teary-eyed and we're like, "Oh my god, I don't know how we're gonna feed our 5 kids.
They're all gonna
starve."
I don't know. Getting sued by Games Workshop didn't save Chapter House. That is true. Although I think the thing that Chapter House did that hurt them was they named their products with Games Workshop names. And I know Chapter House won a bunch of things, and then they lost a bunch of things too, and that ended up hurting them. But I mean, there's more people making custom parts now than in the past. So clearly, there's ways of doing it. It wasn't like the Chapter House suit, and then no one has ever made bits since then.
Mm-hmm.
TC Gentry, you can't make profit, and it can't compete with the official or affect their product or serious damage. Oh yeah, well, we're not doing serious damage. They saw how popular Astartes was and don't want anyone competing with Warhammer Plus. Bernie Marceau, I'm boycotting Games Workshop if they screw with John or Scott. Oh yeah, if they go after John, we riot. You don't touch my Ninjon.
Mm-hmm.
My boy. I think Ninjon, just Ninjon in terms of his, just him, he's my favorite to watch. He's funny. He's interesting. So the sad thing though is he's so new. Like I can't watch him for like an entire day, because he only has what, 24 videos maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, Ninjon has to be a sometimes food. It's not like Scott where there's 5 years of videos. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's fun to go back and watch OG Scott.
Oh yeah. S-Dubs.
Yeah.
As he was affectionately known back then.
Maybe we should have fun nicknames.
You could be J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Or
that is a fun sounding name.
Or Jason Mraz.
Yeah.
That'd work out pretty well.
Mm-hmm. R Hunter 85, moist. And speaking of moist, look at the time, everybody.
Oh my god, look at that time. I didn't even realize. Just been such a naughty boy over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we had a bunch of videos this week. We have another one. We have another one coming out tomorrow, and we'll be back with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central tomorrow. And we have our Patreon only stream after that stream, where you can actually call in and chat with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's super fun.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.